world is fracturing and breaking apart. And what's actually happening is that what's happening to us internally because we can't keep holding on to those small, scared, angry, unworthy, disconnected parts of ourselves anymore. But they don't want to go because they know if they go, that means they're dying essentially. And like any decent thing with the survival instinct, they are fighting tooth and nail. And it's showing up in protests and riots and senseless deaths and a general sense of deep lack of safety for everyone. Everyone's nervous system is on edge. We're all looking and scanning for the danger. I can feel a part of me that feels like there are so many injustices happening. But when I really look at that part of me, I realize it's because she felt mistreated, misjudged, abused, and used. And she's pissed and sad and hurt by that. And I'm betting if you feel like there's been these massive injustices, regardless of which side you feel more aligned with politically, I'm betting that there's a small inner child in you who at some point felt mistreated or abused or unjustly punished or something. And when we feel these things and we don't recognize them as something internal to be seen, to be accepted, to be felt, and to be loved and released with love, then we create these situations outside of us on a collective scale. And we end up with horrible situations. We end up finding anything to distract us from the actual truth that our souls are trying to wake us up. And that our egos are terrified that we're going to actually see them, because when they are seen, truly seen, and not judged, but seen through the eyes of our soul, which is unconditional love, then our egos, as they exist now, die. And when you have an entire planet that is rapidly raising her frequency, and every creature on it has to do the same or die, then it releases and brings up a lot of shit. And that's where we're at. That's what we're dealing with. So we can choose to stay blind to our own personal responsibility in what's happening in this world, or we can choose to recognize our part in it. And what your part in it is to look deep inside yourself. Remember, you are your soul. You are not your ego. You are not this anger, this bile, this injustice, this hurt, this grief, this rage, this anxiety, this fear. You are actually truth. You are unconditional acceptance, forgiveness, and love. When you can remember that, and when you can start healing and dissolving the parts of you that aren't truth, that aren't unconditional love, then your ripple changes the world. And it makes it easier for the next person to look inside and to see their soul, their unconditional love. And it helps them face their darkness, their small selves that fear no longer existing. And then they do it and it ripples. And every time one person does it, it doesn't just ripple out to one other person, it becomes exponential. So I'd like to invite you to take a break from looking outside of yourself. You can participate in the shutdowns and walkouts. But if you do that, I would really invite you to spend that day looking inward. And if you need help doing that, I can help. If you are truly ready, I can help. You can join my embodied online community. It's a really affordable way to do this work. Or you can book a one-on-one session with me. And get really personal, direct help. Find the right support for you because you are not alone. You are not disconnected. It only feels like it. We're all connected. So again, if you want help, you can find me at www.questionsauthority.com. I love you. And I hope this reaches deep into your heart.